I've been lucky enough to be involved in shows that have quite different budgets and relatively different approaches, but I think you find people come to you because they like what you've done. So you start to feel that you do get a little bit of a slot. And so the last thing that I did was a World War I film, and it was all in trenches. And so I shot with an Alexa Mini. The camera package is very small. It was all handheld. It's very manoeuvrable. And was a real challenge. Mud was up to your knees, and you still had to rush around and keep it dynamic. But it was very much a story about people and the claustrophobia and the fear of being in trenches. Because we were working with real scale trenches. They were reconstructed trenches that weren't made for us. They weren't made for filming. So you see there's a lot of World War I films that we looked at for, kind of modern ones, where the trenches are enormous. You can fit lots and lots of people in there, lots of crew and lots of extras, and fill it up with look. But the reality of that is that they were about 2 foot wide, and so that you're already claustrophobic. And actually we were doing chases with people, so you're in line with them, and me trying to squeeze down there with other people in the trench. So I didn't have to do anything to make it claustrophobic, because it was scary, and we were having explosions coming over the top, and it was just. We were experiencing, the camera was experiencing it as much as the cast.
The film I'm grading at the moment, which is 19th century set story, it is a world lit only by fire, as they say. And, we wanted to stay true to that, and wanted to, so we're shooting with an Alexa camera, shooting, quite high ASA rate, certainly more than film. And so let's see what it can do. The camera with different ASAs, different lenses, seeing what you could get away with as far as the human face. How much detail that you might be able to retain from the shadow area. How many, what kind of candles do you need? How many, and are they single wick, double wick, triple wick? It was interesting setting up for that shoot, because I'd recently watched Gavin's Wolf Hall, and I was, and he says that he sort of lit a lot of it just with candles. I was took inspiration from that.
Because DPs are so passionate about what they do, and you become so involved in the actual story and how you want it to look, and how you want it to achieve it to look. It's for me very difficult to realize a budget. It's one of the most disheartening things when you have this idea, and you know how to get the idea, and you know how to do it, and you know how to execute it, but you just don't have the money to do it.
The film had many challenges, simply because I have never worked for 5 weeks in studio setup. But I think the biggest challenge we had is shooting exterior scenes with a back projection screen. So we built a 80-foot screen, which we then projected 6 very powerful projectors, and we projected a scene, an ocean with a full moon. How Paul McGregor wanted to tell the story is to use an interpretation probably of an old Hollywood techniques. Since the back projection, we did a lot of research, and we've been told that back projection is not going to work, and that we should go with a green screen, and we just made it happen in the end.